Hey y'all, welcome to my page, Shy Girl and Diary Act. So we're here today to discuss Love and Marriage Huntsville. I started watching the show in 2019, and I was very excited about the show. The couple seemed to be well matched. They look good together. They seemed to be involved in different areas of business. And because it was on the OWN network, and because of the way that they presented themselves in the first season, or in the first episode, I should say, it really got me excited to see, maybe more intricately behind the scenes of how they run these businesses, how they manage their households, how they balance their relationships. Um, but when I moved to Tanzania in 2020, I lost track of the show. I've never owned a TV since I've lived in Tanzania, to be honest. I pretty much do everything on my laptop. I don't watch a lot of TV, especially since moving here. I have two laundry service businesses that I run. I have a lot of pets. I have a Shih Tzu. I have two outside dogs. And then I have a cat that I found as a kitten here and brought her in, and now she's my little house cat. So, between running the businesses and taking care of my cute little animals, and just living my day-to-day life in Tanzania, I've really missed out on a lot of shows that I was watching prior to moving, prior to the pandemic. So, um, I've been catching up, and I'm not happy at where this show has gone. And I want to talk about it. Like, a millimeter was born right here. A millimeter was born, y'all, because I don't like the way it's being twisted and gaslighting and all this stuff with Melody. When I saw a lot of things in that first season, I saw a lot of things in the two seasons that I did watch. And obviously, I've kept track here and there, listening to some commentators that I enjoy and things like that. So I knew it had took a downward turn, and I had been seeing some things, you know, over time since I've been here. But for me to now be watching this episode and starting all over from the beginning, I just want to say all of them are parasites to Melody. None of them liked her, not even her own damn husband. I mean, maybe at one point he liked her, but what everybody liked about her is her connection, her drive, her natural ability to step in and be a leader and take charge, her ability to network, her ability to be charming and to make relationships and business with people. That's why they all joined the show. I don't know if it was Martell or Melody that went to them. I'm gonna say Martell because Martell is their friend. Martell is their friend, and because Melody is his wife, they obviously have made a relationship with her. But in my opinion, they don't like her and never have. But they know her capabilities, and I believe they thought that Martell had it on lock more than he, more than he did with his wife, his then wife. They all thought they was about to come up. But when you're being fake, you're being phony, you're omitting or lying, you don't really give a good person much to work with. A person that actually has character, morals, values, standards, and business to stand on. Okay? So I have compiled some clips. I'm new to the game, I'm the new kid on the block, so I don't really know if this video is going to work. I hope it does because I put together these clips to give my perspective and my viewpoint through the clips. So for Kimmy, she didn't like Melody from the beginning, but understood the connections that could be beneficial to her and her husband, or then fiance at the time. Tisha, I think, genuinely did like Melody, but Tisha is immature, unwilling to take true accountability, and is overly sensitive where it is unnecessary. She's also a gaslighter. So if somebody has an issue, she's going to bring up another issue to try to say, well, I was hurt and I was this and I was that. And I can't stand people like that. Let's stick to the topic. Let's talk about the issue and move on. Don't try to come up with something that you feel is equally comparable to try to back somebody off of you or shut them down or avoid accountability. I think once Melody really started to become more busy, um, growing her businesses, and that didn't have as much free time for Tisha, that is when she started to, oh, you've changed. Oh, you're different. Very high school, very childish. But because you're stuck at home being a housewife at that time, your friends were your outlet, which is understandable. Nothing wrong with that. However, you can't then be mad at that person and try to make all these reasons as to, oh, well, you changed and that's why I don't like you. So, anyway, look, I don't want to go through everybody right now. I'm jumping the gun. So, let's go ahead and get started with these clips. And in the comments, y'all tell me if you see what I see. Okay? Because I don't know. I feel like I'm being gaslit since I've been watching this show between all these characters. So let's do it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Let's go.
Hey, what's up, Maurice? Wedding plan going smooth and all of that good stuff?
Yeah, wedding planning could be no smoother than it. On my side, I think that we're doing pretty good.
You would say that.
What's the reason for that? What's the reason?
Melody has always been a little extra. I just don't always feel that what she's giving me is genuine.
So,
Yeah, you have.
what's going on? What's the tea? Well, why you arriving here by yourself?
Did her tone of voice and her delivery sound genuine? Did it? It didn't to me. It sounded very fake, like, I know something, but I'm not gonna say something, but I'm ready for you to say something so I can get the tea. It didn't sound genuine to me because you already know what the issue is. Tisha already knows what the issue is.
Everything good?
Straight.
Okay.
That was real short and to the point and to the sweet.
Well, let me know. You know, we're here for you. We're your sisters.
I
So if
know.
you need to talk, we're here.
Make sure y'all,
Let me go back a little bit. Did y'all see how Melody was looking at her? She was looking at her like, girl, I don't think you sound sincere either. Let's go back a little bit. All right, let's go back one more time. So I want you to see Tisha's tone, body language, and everything again. And then this time I want you to observe Melody as she is computing and trying to get a feel for, you know, the angle, the reason, the purpose of Tisha in that moment asking that question. Her body language and her facial expression and the way she was looking at her eyes, she was trying to figure out, like, bitch, do you already know? Let's look.
So, what's going on? What's the tea? Well, why you arriving here by yourself? Everything good?
Straight.
Okay.
Look at her
That was
face.
real short and to the point and to the sweet.
Well, let me know. You know.
Tisha even sounded really awkward trying to get it out of her mouth. Because you want to know, why are you arriving by yourself? When you already know. You heard it from the streets, remember? You already know he's cheating. So you know there's trouble in paradise. Why are you now asking this woman in a scene between the three of you? Now, mind you, I think this was like the first episode. Maybe the second. I'm not sure. I could have got a little, mixed up a little bit with the clips, but it's definitely episode 1 or 2. She already know what's up, y'all, and that I couldn't be friends with someone like that. If you heard something in the streets about me as a friend, you're supposed to come to me and tell me. And it's okay to say, I don't know if it's true or not, but I've heard it. And I just want to let you know. Because we're grown. We all know it's very touchy to, it's very touchy to say something like that to a friend because you can lose your friendship. Women get mad sometimes when people bring them the truth or things like that. I get it. It's risky, but in this world, the only thing you have is yourself, your soul, your character, and your standards. That's who we present ourselves in the world. That's the formula of presentation in the world is what is your character like? What is your personality like? What are your morals like? What are your standards like? What is your sense of right and wrong? What is your sense of loyalty? What is your sense of friendship? So for me, I would feel totally violated, totally like I was boo-boo the fool written all over my face because everybody in my circle knows something and isn't telling me. And then at the same time, watching the problems between me and my spouse start to come to fruition and then sit around looking like, well, we don't know what's going on. We don't know what's going on. What's wrong with Melody? What's wrong with Melody? Phony. Now, like I said, this is like season 1 or 2. Tisha is the one that's asking her questions about her marriage already, knowing she know the truth. If I knew something about my friend's husband, boyfriend, fiance, whatever, and I was keeping it from them, which I wouldn't do that, but hypothetically, I wouldn't bring up anything adjacent, anything related to that topic. So that way I could try to avoid a situation where a question might be posed to me about what do I think or anything. I would try to stay far away from it. But Tisha playing games, y'all. That's what I said. She like a kid playing games. All right, sorry, y'all. That was a long little spiel, but that's what you came here for. If you don't want to hear nobody talking and pausing and all those things, then please come back for another video. I do reactions to other things. All right, y'all, back to it.
Now we're here for you. We're your sisters,
I
so if you
know.
need to talk, we're here.
Make sure y'all, everything was good, man.
Yeah. Male, great. Relationship, spectacular. You know.
So I also want to add real quick, throughout the series, since I rewatched it, I have finally been able to identify Hotel Holt's tale of when he's lying. He smirks. He overly, what's the word I'm looking for? He exaggerates the response. For example, he says they're spectacular when they're definitely not spectacular, right? You will see it a few times. As he's lying, he has a slight smirk. And he's trying to hurry up and finish and get off topic. All right.
You cheat and you don't really give a damn. And it is what it is. I'm not gonna change. This is me. It's fun. This is what I wanna do. At that point, you kind of got a little arrogance and a little real disrespect going on at that point. And that's when you be like, deuces.
And she did, like she should have. She
I'm
gave
not a
him grace
cheater,
and
and
time.
that's nothing that I ever thought of. So
Y'all inappropriate. Smirk.
Can we switch topics? Can we talk about something else?
One more time for that.
I'm not a cheater, and that's nothing that I ever thought of. So
Wow. Disgusting. Something you never thought of? You see what I mean by like the over exaggeration? I'm not a cheater. It's something I never thought of. I'm not even a violent person, but I swear I could have just reached over and just knocked this stupid head off his shoulders.
can we switch topics? Can we talk about something else?
Why are you feeling uncomfortable?
There are rumors around town that Martell was cheating on Melody. However, nobody had confirmed any information.
Okay. All right. Well, I tell you what, I still have some concerns about last night and the dinner, bringing up certain things that I don't think that was suitable. I don't think that was just appropriate because it's always like you're trying to start something with me.
You don't think it's appropriate. Sir, your behavior is inappropriate. You can't turn around and be upset with someone for something that you've already done. It's not something that they're making up. It's something that they're explaining because they experienced it already. And the audacity and the arrogance to even be in this scene with her right now. Still actively cheating. And tell her that it's inappropriate to bring up that topic. Negro, you should be being quiet. You should be being real quiet.
Bringing up certain things that I don't think that was suitable. I don't think that was just appropriate because it's always like you're trying to start something with me. It's not funny because it bothered me a lot. It's almost like you be trying to dig at people.
Not people.
My thing is, if you don't want your business in the street,
You.
don't do anything that you don't want in the street.
I don't think it's suitable to continue to bring it up, and especially amongst the friends. With our business, like you don't tell nobody like our business on what's going on. You know what I'm talking about? If we're talking to a counselor, it's different. When we talking to anybody who could possibly go and just mention it to somebody else, the next thing you know, 100 people know our business. You bringing up that question, they would think like the whole time they going through something. Is Martell cheating or is Melody cheating?
Well, nobody's wondering if Melody cheated because I said cheating is a deal breaker.
Exactly.
Cheating is definitely something that I would get.
All right, y'all, so I had to pause. I'm trying to get my flow with this whole thing and let it play, but like not let it play too much, so I have to keep pausing. But the audacity. The audacity. And she's right. You don't want your business in the streets, then don't be out there in the streets doing stuff. And you know what? Let me add something to that because it's not like him and Coleslaw just hid in the house. Okay? They've gone to Atlanta. She's admitted that she's gone on work trips with him. We know that they hung out at the beach and they go out to eat and they, helicopter rides. We know that they were dating and it was in the public. So please tell me how this is not an asinine situation when you already been in the streets. The streets is already seen you, and the streets is already talking about how you're cheating. They already know. So how dare you say that she shouldn't bring it up because it's putting the business out there? It's already out there, sir. It's already out there, and you know that, and that's why it's like all of them are parasites. Okay, especially him. Hotel, hotel. You infuriate me, and I'm not an angry person. Like this situation with him infuriates me because he's constantly gaslighting. Like all of them were constantly playing in her face. So I became a millimeter when all these MFers was playing all up in this lady's face, knowing her business, omitting it from her, not telling her about it, getting mad with her over the dumbest reasons why she going through all of this stuff, and only being her friend through her husband, and because they all look at her as some type of meal ticket, in my opinion.
Cheating or is Melody cheating?
Well, nobody's wondering if Melody cheated because I said cheating is a deal breaker. Cheating is definitely something that I would get a divorce over. Sometimes you gotta look past the love you have for that person and you gotta accept the ugly truth, which is maybe this is just who they are. So
You're almost talking like you got it from experience or something.
you are so funny, Martell.
Not trying to be, babe.
Disgusting.
What's going on with like Mel and Martell to happen with us?
You don't even know if anything's going on.
Obviously, it looks like something is going on from the outside looking in. Well, the word around town is that he has a whole nother boo thing going on. So,
Who said this?
husband is small.
Exactly.
When people start getting successful, people start spreading lies and rumors and stuff. You can't believe what you hear, man.
You sound like you know something you're not telling me.
Exactly.
Been thoughtful though.
Okay, so I'm gonna pause right there. Um, what I wanted to say about that clip in particular is we never see Marceau really engage in real conversation with Keisha. Um, and it's funny because he's totally locked in. He's actually listening to everything she's saying and then giving a response. Of course, he's trying to throw her off the scent. Like, no, 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 stay far away from that. You can't believe nothing that people say. You know, he got money and he's, so, people say anything. When we all know that he knows. Because that picture that was taken by Coleslaw was from 2015 in Atlanta. And supposedly they met in 2014. The show started in 2019. So at this point, Marceau has hung out with this lady, been around this lady, spoken to this lady, helped hotel pay some bills for her. And it's no telling what other things, even probably getting a little side dishes together and hanging out on these Atlanta trips, like we already know they were doing. This is not, this is my opinion, this is my observation, but it's not anything that we haven't seen some semblance of proof from. We have the timeline established from the picture, and sorry, and Hotel lying to Mel, because in 2019, when they were at the wedding, she was questioning him, and he said that they had only been dating or messing around for a year. Okay. Then she presses him further, and he says, okay, 2 years. So now you're saying you started talking to her in 2018. Now you're saying you started talking to her in 2017. But you got a picture that came out, obviously, later on down in the series. A picture that comes out, well, not in the series, on social media. A picture that says 2015, posted by Hotel himself. We have all the lives from Coleslaw giving some semblance of a timeline. So at this point, you have maybe approximately been dating, messing around with, sleeping with coleslaw since 2014. And this is 2019. So that's what I mean. All of them played in her face, and especially Hotel, because these are his friends, his millions, his people that believe his lies, his people that believe his fake persona that he has created by way of his ex-wife. Disgusting.
What was not thoughtful?
Dinner last night when Mel brought up Martell.
Oh,
Did
Fake
you
shot.
see him
Look at the fake shot
squirming?
it felt
on
like
Maurice's face.
she snatched his pants off right at the dinner table. I mean, for real.
So the fact of the matter is, there's been rumors about Martell cheating on Mel. However,
It's the season
nothing's
one,
been
y'all.
confirmed at all. Has
Both
he
her
come
girls
to
are
you and
saying
said
it.
anything?
No, of course not. Public embarrassment is not the right way to cheat.
Don't even try to give me some scenarios of there is a right way.
There is a better way to cheat than
He's standing on that hill, ain't he? I think, in my opinion, he would know all about that.
for everybody to know.
Can't be no hope and then another hope.
Are you speaking in terms of us splitting? Melody
I'm
and I?
speaking in very direct terms that I consider Holt and Holt as one entity, and I like to keep it that way.
This has been over a year.
He's only concerned, meaning Marceau, is only concerned about Holt and Holt staying one entity is because their intentions is to do business and to make money. They don't give a darn about their relationship being successful and giving good advice or any of that. Oh, and by the way, I want to say the men on, Martell said that they're actors. So I want to clarify that in my opinion. The men are actors because I've already established and we already all know that this show is happening in right now, season 1 in 2019. Possibly even being filmed in summer 2018. Who knows? But we know that the show premiered in 2019. So y'all are actors because at this point in time, y'all are full aware of what's going on with hotels. Fully aware. So every single scene that I see them in, I might as well just flash actor across the page, okay? Because those are acting scenes. They getting together, they trying to deflect and throw stuff off and, steer the attention to business, business, business when selfish. And in my opinion, Martell learned this stuff from Marceau. I think seeing his friends being able to juggle their side pieces, in my opinion, without their wives and girlfriends, fiance, whatever, ever having a whiff of it in the air, he felt like I definitely could do that because he's a cocky MFer. He's a cocky MFer. So he basically was like, oh, if y'all could do it, I could do it. But he's not as smart as he thinks he is. All right, back to these actors.
Since that incident occurred, I messed up.
One entity, and I like to keep it that way.
This has been over a year since that incident occurred. I messed up. I owned up to it, and I'm fixing it. I mean, she's happy. I'm happy. The kids are great, and we're pushing forward. I appreciate that.
All right.
But everything's good, though.
All right, man.
Smile.
That's what I'm talking
See?
about. Hold up. If Martell and Melody are so good, then why is Melody bringing this up at dinner like it still bothers her? So me and Tell, we out here a lot. I had some concerns from the other night when we talked at dinner.
Okay.
You know how Mel brought up the whole stuff and it got a little uncomfortable. Right. So I just wanted to make sure that he was all good for everything we got going on. Because
They
you
not
know,
they
we
not
need
bad actors.
everybody's game face.
That's always a concern.
I like the faces that are here. They're
All right, so we caught that. He says, "Yeah, I want to get Martell to the side so that we can talk to him because we got things to handle. Basically, they don't got time for that BS. Because to them, this is nothing. It's like, go home, tell your wife some lies, make her happy, get everything back on track so we can focus on making this money. We on this TV show now. This is our platform to really give ourselves a boost and take us up a notch. And that was all they cared about."
You know, we need everybody's game face.
That's always a concern.
I like the faces that are here. There's a couple missing.
I know.
Why is your little seats empty?
Where's Melody?
What
Did
happened
she
to
text
Mel?
you and tell you she's not gonna make it or nothing? Hour. So I'm not sure where Mel is.
You didn't know she wasn't
I
coming?
didn't know. I didn't know. I was
Did
gonna
she
tell
RSVP that she was coming?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I had Melody on the list to come to the shower. As friends, we kind of come to those things that are big.
Now, remember, she said that as friends, we have to come to the things that are big. Remember, she said that, y'all. And I don't know if y'all remember, but Melody is going to address that with them about how her invitation was rescinded. And that conversation was between her and Tisha. And Tisha told her that somebody was going to be contacting her, and that person never contacted her. So now she's looking all crazy, like, well, where's Melody? It sounds phony. Where's Melody? You know where Melody is. And I believe that Tisha did that on purpose because she did not want Melody to be there to be with Pick Kimmy to celebrate her and to get closer to her. She wanted to keep a rift in between them. And that's just what I believe. I believe that Tisha, with her little baby voice and innocent housewife persona, that she took that opportunity. First of all, how do you get something rescinded and then you talk to Tisha and then she says that somebody's going to call you with information, but then say that you were definitely invited and you had already RSVP'd. So, girl, even if I didn't break that down all correctly, all I know is that there are some games being played right there with that situation.
I'm feeling very emotional right now because I feel like my marriage is on the rocks.
I suggested the guys get together to wash our cars
Actor.
so Maurice and I can find out what's really going on.
They got their scene set.
Mel mentioned cheating.
Right.
And I gotta be honest with you, man, it seemed like it was pretty fresh.
Dude, look, it's been like a year and a half.
I never heard about
That's
that.
my priorities. My wife, my family, my business, and then come back to the comeback group. So we gonna be good no matter what.
No, you saying we good, but listen, we're about to go into business. We can't have no bumps in the road. And a lot of times what happens is the guy might think he's good because he didn't apologize and all this stuff. It happened over a year ago. It didn't seem as if it was a year ago.
Even though we about over that situation in terms of me cheating. A lot of people been coming back to Mel like your husband is cheating on you.
Okay, you see y'all? You see how I said everybody was playing in her face? What did Hotel just admit right there? That everything is he's trying to make everything good. He's trying to make everything right. But what keeps happening? People keep coming to his now ex-wife and telling her that her husband is cheating. But he's saying that Melody put it out in the streets. It was already out in the streets. People keep coming up to my wife saying your husband is cheating. And just a couple scene clips before, he's saying, don't be mentioning that because it's going to affect our business and we don't want people to think we're having trouble. And no matter what I do, you don't tell nobody what's going on. And when I used to watch this, and especially when I rewatched it, I'm just like, all these signs that everybody was playing in her face.
We about over it, and they still bringing information. You know what I'm talking about?
That's why she's talking about respectful. Because if it was handled inside closed doors,
Don't let it out.
good. But then all of a sudden, everybody else stepping out and coming at you, and now you feeling like you the fool for even taking them back.
I
Exactly.
guess it would be a little better if everybody in the world don't know.
Well, I ain't gonna lie to you. Yes, it.
Didn't he say everybody in the world? I know that's not literal, but basically in his world of Huntsville and maybe even some surrounding areas, he's admitting that people already knew this. And then spent all the rest of these seasons and interviews and stuff saying that she put it out there. Even got Curry Coleslaw over there saying the same thing.
Would.
Right.
Mama Holt.
Hey, baby, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm going to see Mama Holt today because I really just want to get some insight into Martell. She is that's my second mom pretty much, and she definitely capable of not picking sides, but just being honest.
You gave her a little too much credit,
well,
girl.
I wanted to talk to you about.
But that's the positive and good side of Melody that was being fooled with all these people playing in her face. Because at first the mama was trying to rock with her, but eventually we know that mama took her son's side because she can't have her boy being mad at her boy, my boy, my boy. Watch her playing her face in this conversation. That's going to be the theme of this video. A millimeter was created season 1 when all these people was playing in this lady face.
Your son that he's not being totally truthful about things. Like he told me the other day he was going to Home Depot and he had on some clothes that you would wear to the club. I figured, how you going to Home Depot in that? Oh, something just seemed kind of off.
But what make you think he didn't go to Home Depot?
Usually when people go to Home Depot, they have on work clothes.
Oh, Martell, he's so smooth and cool.
To make sure that that's not going to his head.
Well, he better let it go to his head. Always keep that smooth and cool, because that's what you like.
She sound like a fool.
Yeah, but that's what other women be liking too.
Well, you the woman, baby. So you ain't got to worry about that.
But I'm not sure. I can't bring myself to tell my mother-in-law the whole truth about her son. I mean, this is even harder than I thought. Why do you have to go work out at night after me and the kids are home? My intuition is telling me that something is off.
So what do you think?
I try not to think the worst possible. The worst possible would be that he's having an affair.
In your situation, you just have to talk about it, cause that's your husband, and you just can't always assume.
What about when you feel in your spirit like that God is trying to tell you something, you know?
Do you trust him?
I used to feel like Martell wouldn't hurt me for anything in the world. Like, I used to feel like he wouldn't want to break my heart, you know?
Oh, he loves you. He really do. You and them children.
Mm-hmm.
No.
You know, I've just really been thinking about a lot of things, and like, how was that for you, you know, being a single mom?
It wasn't easy.
Mm-hmm. Do you think you would stick around with somebody that you couldn't trust?
I wouldn't. But that's me.
I love.
Did y'all see that? Like, I feel like one of the worst things that somebody can do that is supposed to be close to you is when you come to them with an issue and you're pouring your heart out to them, you're asking their opinion, you're asking their advice, and they already know what's up. And they're sitting there being quiet, as quiet as they can, and giving minimal responses because they already know. I don't, that's such a betraying. Um, Sorry, y'all, I don't have good equipment yet, so I might be bumping this thing, but I just feel like that's so hurtful. Like she's coming there like, oh, I know Mama Ho, she like my second mom, and I know that she'll be impartial. She won't pick sides, and oh, this conversation is hard. Like I don't want to tell her the truth about her son. Just caring about how she's gonna feel about the truth about her son, and not wanting to upset her. And I don't know. I just felt like she, meaning Melody, was moving with a lot of compassion, a lot of care, all while still trying to get over her situation and work through her situation and figure out what it is that she once wanted to do. And to go there to your mother-in-law, now I get it. The mother has a loyalty to her son where she doesn't want to blow up his spot and admit the things that she knows. But I just feel like if that's the case, don't encourage me or don't tell me things that reinforce that he's not doing something when you already know he's doing something. Everybody was playing in her face like she was the crazy one. That's just how I see that whole clip right there. It's like, oh no, you the woman. Oh no, he loved you. He loved you. He loved you and them kids. Um, you don't trust him. Well, you know he ain't being trustworthy. So why you asking her if she trusts him as if she's supposed to? And then the look of non-shock on her face when Melody was saying stuff like she ain't had no shock on her face because she already knows. And when the mama said to her, what did she say to her? You better hope he keep that cool and that arrogant or whatever she was saying because that's what you like. It's like, then she say, how you know he ain't go to Home Depot? Melody's face said it all. I think that it flashed over her face in her mind then, like, is she playing with me right now? That's why she said, well, usually when they go to Home Depot, they have on work clothes. This is the who the F do you think you talking to, boo the fool? All right, here goes some more playing in her face. Because we got Hotel Hope the actor on the screen. Let's go.
Family, I love being in their lives every single day, even in Melody's life every single day. And I mean, well, it's gonna take time. I'm trying to do everything that I can to satisfy you, you know? Like whatever you need me to do, wherever you need me to go. I mean, if there's certain things that make you feel a little uncomfortable, just let me know and I'll change it.
Okay, so like the clothes you had on to go to Home Depot, for example, yeah.
Sweetheart, you could have came with me.
But I don't want to feel like I have to be with you every second of the day in order to trust you. You know what I'm saying?
And you don't. I mean, but the thing is, I like for us to be together. She gave me another opportunity, and I'm running with it. So you know I won't make that mistake again. I do have something for you though.
You do? What you got for me?
I love my wife unconditionally. She's a great mother. She's a great role model. She takes good care of me though. Even though, you know, I've done so much in the past. What? I take that back. Even though the things that I've done in the past, you know, she's like, you're not gonna treat me like this or you will be by yourself. That's the type of woman I want in my life.
This man is so fake. He is so fake. And it's sickening. And you didn't have to clarify that statement, sir. In my opinion, you were speaking exactly, your subconscious was coming out. Because you know you've done so much. And then he want to twist it and say, no, I haven't done so much, but the things I have done. And that little sly smirk when he be lying. He the type of dude, that's how women be ending up on snaps. I don't condone violence. I don't condone taking nobody's life. But all I'm saying is this type of dude, the fake nice guy, the narcissistic liar, the charmer, these the ones. These the real gaslighters right here try to make you feel crazy. And then if they not making you feel crazy, they just being extra fake, trying to do whatever they got to do to get you to be out of your state of anger, or disappointment, or dissatisfaction with them. I don't believe nothing he got going on.
Well, so these are for you. A little bit excitement. A little with it, but hey, this just, I'm thinking about you. Baby, the weight of my heart is give me like flowers and give me cards. I guess I took it a little step further by writing something opposed to a card. To my beautiful wife, thank you for always being my superwoman. It's difficult for me to tell you certain things because I'm busy being Superman. I love you just as much as I love you the day I asked you to marry me. Times are difficult at times, but the love I have for you will always keep us together and overall happy. Love you, husband. Really just letting you know that I love you so much though. And just regardless of what, I will earn your trust back, you know?
We will see if his actions match his words or not. I mean, I've heard all of this before. So, hey, time will tell.
Sunshine Anderson over here. Heard it all before. Heard it all before. Her instincts weren't leading her on nowhere. Her instinct at this time was leading her to do exactly what she needed to do. And it's so sad to see them on screen because had that been sincere for him and had that been true for him, man, they could have been a stronger and even more phenomenal couple. But when a person is only led by ego and arrogance and selfishness and the fake nice guy, the fake good dad character that's presented, It just makes it not even worth it. You know, it would have never worked because of his character. But to get a glimpse of what could have been, man, he's really stupid, in my opinion. Because I don't know where his life is going to be headed at this point, and especially with all those bad character traits.
That's truth.
All right, go ahead.
Honest to God truth. Here's some good marital advice.
What's that?
Don't get a divorce.
That's fair.
That's it.
Acting scene.
Because there's always a reason to get out.
Always. I love you no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
But liking you? Marriage is work, but it's worth it. Usually. Everything good?
Yeah, everything good. Trying to reel it back in, doing a pretty decent job. Handwritten cards, flowers.
You're gonna need a whole botanist. You're gonna need to hire a professional botanist.
It's so crazy because past couple years I haven't gotten a card.
Really?
Right.
No, you know.
So I'm gonna put it to test, see what I'm gonna get for this anniversary.
I'm telling you right now, for
But
real.
that's probably
No
your
matter
wife.
all BS aside, if you don't got time now for your relationship, you're gonna have a lot of time to think about it later. I'm not joking.
That is probably the only real advice that I have witnessed myself in this show or in an interview that is actually good advice. I will say he tried to tell him to get his ducks in a row so he wouldn't lose his wife. That's about it. But this group right here is a bad influence on each other for relationships because they just want to be sneaky bastards, in my opinion. They don't really want to have good marriages that are fulfilling for their partners. They want to have good marriages that are fulfilling for them, meaning they're going to have their cake and eat his, hers, and everybody else's too, because they're arrogant, they're egotistical. They think, oh, we're the who's who of Huntsville. We some, you know, good-looking men with money, so we deserve to have little side girlfriends. Like that ain't nothing. Don't mean nothing. And that's the problem with most men thinking like that. But let's proceed.
I'm not joking.
I was surprised she called and wanted to have us over. Were you surprised?
I was.
Last time we were all together caught me so off guard.
Yeah. Are we truly friends, or is this just a business relationship? Because right now we're like,
don't pop off like that.
even though Mel was rude at the combat group meeting, I accepted her invitation because we have a history. And I think right now that she's just going through something, a lot of stress that she's not been open about. So I accepted the invitation.
I guess that's
There you go. If you knew that, number one, Tisha, you already know from the streets, not verified as you say, not verified as you and Kimmy say, okay? Fine. You heard it though. And then you see her being agitated. You see her not being herself. So if you were really a friend, you don't get upset about it, knowing that you already have some indicators as to what could be the problem. You've already had the dinner where it's been brought up. You've already witnessed some weird behavior between her and her now ex-husband. So at this particular time, why even worry about taking everything to heart and being so sensitive when you're aware? And we know you're aware because you just said it in your confessional that she's under a lot of stress. It's a lot of stuff going on that she has not opened up to you about. That's what you're mad about. You're mad that she didn't come to you and tell you about what was going on. That's all. And you use every opportunity to turn it back around as if she had did something to you. How dare you gaslight your friend like that?
That's where we're going.
Yes.
Don't know where I'm going. Because I ain't been here.
I haven't been to my friend's house. That's interesting. I practically have.
I'm sorry, I'm trying not to pause so quick, but it's like I gotta call it as I see it. You know, I gotta call it as I see it. And she's just like a big baby. Tisha is like a big baby. If she cannot be the center of your friendship, if you are not coming to her and all these things, she's taking all that to heart. Like some little high school girl, college girl. My best friend ain't tell me what was going on. How she gonna best friends tell each other everything? Girl, you're just mad that Melody has not really pulled you into her life like you want. That is what it is. You wanted her to pull you in closer. You wanted to be closer to Melody. And because you couldn't, because it didn't work out that way, you went over to Kimmy, probably venting and talking stuff, knowing Kimmy already didn't really like Mel, but was hanging out with her because of you and because of opportunities that could be achieved through knowing her. Okay? So when y'all get together, y'all gossip and talk about her and all these things. And all of it is because Tisha wants to be closer. You see what she said about not going to her house before? Like it's the first time going to her house and
Had to kidnap Kimmy to get her to come to this meeting, but it's important for us to smooth everything over.
because of business.
So nice.
That's
Not because of genuine
gorgeous.
friendship.
How are you?
Get massages out here today, ladies, so we can enjoy the view and enjoy a little nature, honey.
So nice. Yes. Girl, good job, girl. We needed this.
This is beautiful.
So we started hanging out, going.
It's so beautiful, but like it's not too bougie for y'all, is it? It's not too bougie for y'all, is it? Because y'all seem really excited and happy, but to me, this seems a little bougie, right? But y'all don't like bougie stuff. Damn hassles.
Going out for lunch, going out for dinner, going out for drinks, just what the girls do. But now that we're getting back into business together, I'm a little afraid that it may affect our friendship a little bit. I feel like that was a turning point for you.
What was the change you felt like?
I felt like, like when we was taking the pictures and you was like, Tisha, tell them you don't want to do it.
Didn't want to take the pictures?
No,
But I
was
brought
hot.
the swimsuit for the pictures
It
that
was
she said
hot.
we were taking.
It was hot, and like she had us posing 50 million different ways, and you didn't want to take the picture. And I said, Mel, this not about you. This is for Tisha.
Really? How many years ago? Like, oh my God.
Think about it.
Let me get it clear. You being told that I was complaining on your 10-year vow renewal about pictures. Something you never brought to me and said to me or asked me about, and you allowed that to be a turning point in our friendship?
No.
That's sucky.
No,
That's
I'm saying
sad.
I think that's when you start changing. I noticed the change in
What?
you.
Okay.
Wasn't a good example, Tisha, because, girl, make it make sense.
What did we do in 2017? We don't have any
Nothing.
memories in 2017. We just stopped hanging.
Really?
Yeah.
And there we have it, you guys. From just the car scene that we saw, the conversation between her and her husband about hotel cheating, and this conversation right now with her trying to give examples of how Melody has changed. And the example that she gave was at at Tisha's event, her vow renewal, she complained about taking pictures. And Tisha never mentioned it, but ever since that day, Tisha has looked at Melody and said, "You have changed. You have changed." And the second example that she gave was, "What did we do in 2017? We didn't do anything. That's how I know you've changed." So, once again, reinforcing and reiterating my viewpoint and my observation is that all of this got started because Tisha was upset that she didn't feel like she was truly close to Melody anymore or truly in her circle anymore, to where she's getting the tea and she's coming to her and she's reaching out to her to hang out. Like, this is what it's all about. It was never about anything for real. That's it. And to be that grown in somebody's life and mother, and that's how you are operating in the world, that's not gonna work out well for you. And it hasn't. You don't seem to have a lot of friends. And I'm not saying an indicator of things working out means you have to have a lot of friends, but Kimmy don't really want to be your friend. She acknowledges you as a sister-in-law and acts accordingly to keep a relationship because she knows it's important for the relationship of y'all's husbands. You don't want the wives to be beefing, you know what I mean, especially between brothers. So Kimmy just be going along with it. She don't care for Tisha because the things that I'm saying, I feel like Tisha has already said, not Tisha, I'm sorry, Kimmy has already said about Tisha. In one of the reunions, I recall a recap of her saying she wouldn't even be her friend if they weren't sister-in-laws. And then in other scenes, in future scenes, when Kimmy is not in agreement with Tisha, we see Tisha become the victim and start talking in her baby voice about how she's hurt, and basically it's like very childish, like pick a side, pick a side. And if you sound at all like you're on the side of anybody or have anything positive to say about them, then it makes her feel funny, it makes her feel weird, it makes her upset. Childish as hell.
You elevated yourself to here and you're just elevated. This male is different from the male that we met initially.
Jealousy, y'all. Jealousy and envy. That's all that
The
is.
problem is when you're bougie about it.
Look, I want to get a reaction out of her, wanting to.
You recall when you wanted us to go to one of the galas around Christmas time? And my response was, I don't feel like being bougie. I want to be with my family. Like, I don't want to spend all
But
my
why I
time.
gotta be considered bougie because you don't want to go to galas?
Exactly. These examples are trash.
Mel I know today is not the same Mel I used to hang out with. She was bougie but fun, you know?
All right, there we have it, y'all. She was always bougie, but it was fun because she was including them. She was being around them more. Let me just say this. I feel like the reason every single person on this show that has a beef with Melody, in my opinion, is because they want to be close to her. And because she doesn't allow them to get close to her once she sees some character flaws or some issues or some funky behavior, then she becomes their enemy. Because when she was bougie and fun, it was okay. When you were getting invited to her house, when you were getting, she was calling you with the tea, calling you with her business, I'm sure. Y'all probably were closer. Yeah, you enjoyed that. But since then, you haven't been invited to her house. And y'all didn't hang out in 2017. So now she's just bougie, and it's a problem. They never liked her from the beginning. Well, not they. Tisha, I think, liked her. And her issue is that she's not close to her and she wants to be close to her. She wants to be her bestie and it ain't happening. Or it didn't happen. She got offended when she pulled away from her. Just like Stormy got offended when she pulled away from her. Everybody's feelings is hurt when she pull away from them and then they turn around and say something bad about her and now she's their damn enemy. Because she don't have time for y'all. I don't like phony husbands.
These ladies could be intimidated by my level of success. I mean, I'm 32. I'm the young. These ladies could be intimidated by my level of success. I mean, I'm 32. I'm the youngest female in the bunch. What else could it be?
That's exactly what it is, girl. That's why they coming up with all these cockamamie excuses about your character of all things. That's rich, okay?
Am I asking y'all to come? Am I asking y'all to come? Because if I'm inviting you to come, how awesome is that if some top people gonna be there and I'm reaching out to you and I'm reaching out to you and asking y'all to come. But instead y'all trying to turn it around and I don't appreciate it.
Calm
That's
down.
not right.
Calm down.
No, I don't appreciate
Calm down.
They looking stupid like they don't understand. Y'all don't want to understand. Y'all want her to feel like that because y'all are threats.
Not having issue with you being bougie. Own that.
It kills me because I feel like I haven't done anything to either.
You don't have an issue with her being bougie, just own it, but you just said your issue with her is being bougie.
Y'all, I've never been, oh, I don't like Kimmy, or oh, I don't like Tisha. Whenever y'all keep complaining about who I am, then it starts making me feel like, well, dang, do they really like me? Every time we get together, I feel like it's a poke, male, male, male.
And it is, in my opinion.
And I'm just like, why y'all want to be in my life then?
Right,
I
make it make sense.
honestly do not know where the tears are coming from with her.
You honestly don't know where the tears are coming from with her.
For real. I just want us to just start back having fun together.
What she said.
Ooh. Oh. Kimmy is just fake. Okay, that's my opinion. Her issue with Melody is that she's jealous and envious, in my opinion. Because you keep saying, I think in the clips that I've compiled for this video, I believe she said 2 or 3 times that Melody basically is fake. Melody, I don't feel like what I'm getting is genuine. But you're not genuine either. You're not genuine. You say your issue with her is that she's bougie, then you get in the confessional and say your issue is not that she's bougie, your issue is that she don't own it that she's bougie. Like, girl, you're not making sense. You're not making sense. You're not being genuine. Because if I don't like somebody, if I think somebody is phony or fake or like I'm not gelling well with them because I'm looking at them as fake and phony or whatever, I'm not going to be around them. I'm not even going to pursue a relationship. If I see them in passing, of course, I'm going to be pleasant and say hello and maybe have a small, slight conversation. But if I don't like someone, I don't try to make them my friend. I don't try to hang out with them in friend like settings. I don't do friend like things with them. So what does that all translate to y'all? To me, that translates into I'm hanging out with you because I kind of have to because my fiance at the time, his brother's wife hangs out with you and you're her friend, and also you're very connected and blah 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 blah. So it's cool. I'll just be cool with you, and it's nothing wrong with having associates as it's nothing wrong with having associates, okay? But the whole thing that I'm trying to get to is that she's fake and she's around her for the opportunity and or because her that's what she feels like her husband wants her to do. To me, those are all things that are fake.